Hey VAT, sorry I couldn't be with you today. I'm leaving you with this video so you can keep up with what we're doing in class. So what we're going to do today is we're going to start to make an interesting shape, and then we're going to put it into a pattern. So what we're going to do first is we're going to open up File New in Adobe Illustrator, and we're going to make a 6 inch by 6 inch. Make sure it says inches right here, not points. Inch, create. This new box, we're going to create a shape in here, something that would be interesting to repeat many times. The first thing that I'm going to do is I want to show grid. So on the right hand side of your screen, you have this button that says show grid. So go ahead and hit that. And what that does is it breaks your artboard up into squares. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares because we made it 6 inch. So you can see these squares are each 1 inch squared. All right. And so from here, what we want to do is we want to make some sort of interesting shape. So that's going to be up to you, what kind of shape you would like to create. It can be as simple as like circles that are stacked on top of each other to make a target. It can be a custom shape using the shape builder tool. It can be a shape that has been edited. When we did shapes yesterday, we had a chance to use the direct selection tool, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to make a shape that is black to start and no stroke. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these anchor points over here like this and hold shift to select a second anchor point, and then we're just going to hit down on the keyboard. Okay. And what's cool about that is what I'm going to be able to do with that shape that I just made is I'm going to be able to put it into a new document that is bigger. So I'm going to hit File New and make a bigger document and say this one's going to be 20 by 20 and then inches, and then hit Create. I'm going to copy, edit, copy, edit, paste. I'm also going to show those grids again. It doesn't exist over here right now, so I have to go to View, Show Grid, Show Grid. There it is. Okay. And from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a pattern. And the great thing, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. The great thing is because we made it in a square, we made the shape inside of a square. It should fit nicely inside of these grids. And if I wanted to shrink it down to 1 inch by 1 inch, I could. I think I'm going to do 2 inch by 2 inch square. All right. And then the great thing about this is that what I can do is I can select the shape. I can hold down Alt, and you see my double arrow that occurs. And I can do this. I can click and drag this down. If I hold Shift, it'll stay very straight. So I can do that. And the great thing about using Alt is that after you do it, you can hit Control D, Control D, Control D, Control D, Control D, D, and it'll remember how far and everything, so it'll be great. I'm going to select all of these shapes now, and what I wanted to show you guys is when you start to get a lot of shapes, sometimes what you want to do is you want to group them. So I'm going to go over here. After I select all of the shapes that I have here, I'm going to go to Group, and what happens, why that is important, is I can click on one shape and it selects all of its buddies. So grouping them is like they're holding hands. All right. So what I'm going to do now is that same process with this entire group of these shapes. I'm going to hold down Alt, click and drag. If you hold Shift, it stays straight. And there I have that. And then I can hit, because I used that Alt method, now I can hit Control D, 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 D. All right. It looks like my pattern got a little off. You know, something weird happened. Like I just didn't pay close enough attention at the beginning to make sure everything was perfect. But that's a pretty quick little pattern there. So that's kind of what we're doing today, is we're trying to build a shape and then moving it into a bigger document and turning it into a pattern. So I hope this helps. Make sure you save this as an Illustrator file so that we can continue to work on it when I get back.